A very good morning, students. Welcome back to this online bridge course on Microsoft Excel. In our previous session, we completed the concept of conditional formatting. We discussed how we can compare two lists. If you have two lists of data with some similarities, so how you can do the comparison between those two lists using COUNTIF function. So to do that, first of all, we have to name the lists, and accordingly we have to write the COUNTIF formulae, okay, whenever there is a match and whenever there is no match. So simply by equating that COUNTIF function to 0 or to 1, we are doing the comparison between two given lists. These concepts we have completed in our previous session, and after that we discussed conflicting rules, the concept of conflicting rules. So conflicting rules is nothing but if you have applied more than one conditional formatting rule on the same information, on the same data, then there will be a then there will be a conflict between the conditional formatting rules. So in that case, how we can manage the rules and how we can get the desired data, how we can get the desired representation, that we have also discussed in our previous class. And lastly, we discussed heat maps. So heat maps, it is something like a geographical representation of the data. So if you have if you have selected a city or a region's temperature, and simply by seeing that heat map where the temperature is more and where the temperature is less, because the heat map will give the coloring according to their temperature values, isn't it? If the temperature is more means we can give that value as a red color, and if the temperature is less means we can give that value with a green color. So simply color scaling feature only we are using in order to create the heat maps. Okay. And students, many of you are asking me the doubt of uploading the Excel document to the attendance sheet. Many of you are facing this type of issue. So in today's session, after completing this concept, I will try to explain how you can upload the document. Okay, so quickly we start today's session, and in today's session we are going to discuss about charts. Okay, charts in Microsoft Excel. So what are these charts and how they are helpful in Microsoft Excel? All these things we will discuss in today's session. So basically we have this particular chapter, this charts chapter. It is a very lengthy chapter. So I will try to conclude this chapter in 3 sessions, hopefully. So in today's session, we will discuss only a part of this charts concept in Microsoft Excel. So first of all, maybe many of you are having an idea of what are these charts, because in order to represent the data using these charts, we have done some kind of analysis, some kind of representation in your mathematics as well. Okay, in your statistics, basically to represent the data, we use these bar graphs, pie diagrams, all these things. So here also we'll do that same thing, but in a deep level, into a deep level, we will discuss all these concepts over here. Okay, so first of all, let's quickly understand what is a chart. So in Excel, a simple chart can say more than a sheet full of characters or sheet full of numbers. If you have the data, so if you have a data inside your Excel document, if you're submitting the data to a person, in order to understand the data, the person has to do the analysis on that data. Okay, if it is not represented properly, the person has to do the analysis on that data. So, but if you represent the same data using these charts, using these simple charts in your Excel, the person has to do some less work. He has to pay some less effort in order to understand your data. So, as I said in my first session itself, the data is useless unless it is what we call represented properly. Okay. So in order to represent this data only, we are using these charts. And creating these charts, you believe me, it is a very easy task. It is a very easy task. Simply we have to do some clicks only. We are not going to do any kind of calculations. We are not going to do any kind of mathematical work over here. We simply do some mouse clicks, and with that mouse clicks, the data can be represented nicely. Okay, so you will understand how we can do that and how we can create charts in Excel, and what is the purpose of these charts in representing the data, and how the data will become more efficient if you represent it with the help of these charts. That all these queries you are going to get after the completion of this session, hopefully. So once I complete this session, you will understand the importance of charts basically. So quickly, without wasting much time, let us get into this charts concept in Microsoft Excel. So here charts, we have to see how we can create these charts, how we can change the charts, switching rows and columns, legend positioning, and data labels. All these things we'll see in simple charts. First I will create a simple chart, and in that simple chart I will try to explain all these things: creating charts, changing the chart type, switching between rows and columns, legend position, and data labels. So what is legend, what are data labels, and how we can shift the rows and columns, and how we can change the chart type, and how we can create the chart, all these things we'll see in this session. So first of all, let's quickly go and see what do we have, I mean what data we have in order to create this charts. So quickly, so first of all we have to open our Microsoft Excel that I am doing over here. So let us assume this data. So these three are my fruits, and this is the data associated with those three types of fruit categories. Okay, grapes, let us assume in the month of January we have this much of production. Grapes production 8. So this units, you can consider this 8 as the land in hectares. Okay, in land where the grapes production has been done. Okay, in 8 hectares of land the grape production has been done, 54, 93, 116. So basically it has grown from January to July, it has grown. And same for oranges, it has what we call decreased from 150 to 1, it is being decreased. And bananas also same thing, we are having some random, first it has increased, then it is decreased. Okay, likewise we have these three what we call fruits. Grapes, first it has been produced in 8 hectares of land, then 54, then 93, 116. Like that we have seen growth in the production of grapes. Then we have seen some fall in orange production, like 150 to 77, 32, 11, 9, 6, 1 likewise. Then we have seen, first we have seen the, I mean some random, we cannot say growth or we cannot say downfall, it is some random behavior we have seen in banana production. So likewise in the month of January we have 80 hectares, then February 54, March 100, and then likewise it gone, we have seen some downfall. In July we got only 64 hectares likewise. So how we can represent this complete data using these graphs, I mean using these charts, that we will see in today's session. So quickly I will show you how we can draw a simple chart. So first of all, in order to draw a chart, what we have to do is just select this entire data. So any feature, when you are applying in Microsoft Excel, the selection is very important. After selecting the data only, you can apply any type of feature in Microsoft Excel. So charts also one such type of feature. So before applying the charts feature, you must and should have to select the data on which you want to apply the charts. So after selecting the data, simply go to this insert tab. Here we have many tabs on the top of this window. You have to select the insert tab. Select the insert tab. Then as you can see here, this particular ribbon, this particular group, it represents the charts. It represents the chart. So in this, you select any of these charts. Okay, any of these charts. So right now I am selecting this line charts. Okay, insert line chart or area chart. So click on this line chart. So I am selecting this particular thing. Okay, this fourth one I am selecting. So when you select, see, you got the chart for your data, for your information. Hopefully you understood this one. Simply, nothing is there. Once again, I am showing this to you. So first of all, you have to select the data on which you want to apply the chart. Then go to Insert tab. Then go to Charts group and select the desired chart representation. Desired chart representation. Then Excel will automatically draw the chart for you, as you can see over here. So in vertical axis, you are getting the production values. Okay, production land values, we can say. On vertical axis, you are getting the production land values, and in horizontal axis, on x-axis, you are getting the months. You are getting the months, and these dots are representing the production values. In January, we have some 6. Okay, this blue line represents the grapes. In the blue line represents the grapes, and in January month we have some 8 hectares land. Okay, then in February we have some 54. So it is a steep growth, we can say. From Jan to July, it is a steep growth in the production level. So that's why the graph is also going in the upward direction. Like this it is going. Okay, then oranges, we have a steep downfall, we can say, in the production of oranges, a steep downfall, and this orange line in your graph, in your chart, is representing that one. So here you can see oranges, this orange line is representing, and this gray line, it is representing the banana production. Okay, I will simply make some zoom so that you can see the values clearly. So over here, so these are my values, and this is my chart, and the representation you can see like this. Okay, hopefully you understood this one. So how we can change the title for this chart? So simply go here. As you can see here, it is showing chart title. So go here, double click on this, you can edit this one. So simply come over here. What this chart is representing? This chart is representing fruit production land. Because these grapes, oranges and bananas, they are fruits. So fruit production land. So this chart, it is representing fruit production land. So I have given the title as fruit production land. So likewise, you can, in order to, if you don't like this positioning of this chart and you want to position this chart somewhere else, you want to pull it further, just drag it like this. Okay, click, hold and drag. You can drag like this the chart. So wherever you want, you can position this chart like this. So again, I'm zooming a bit so that you can see clearly. Okay, so this is how you can create a chart and change the title of the chart. Okay, now we see how we can change the chart type. So now I'm thinking instead of taking these lines, I want to show it with the help of vertical bars. Okay, I want to represent my data like vertical bars. So that how I can do means select this chart, because now we want to do the modifications in the chart, not in the data, isn't it? So see over here, one thing I just want to show you. Supposedly if you do any alterations, any modifications in the data, those modification will get applied on this chart dynamically. You no need to create the chart once again. Suppose in place of this one, if I put grape value 8, it is having. If I put some 200, I'm keeping 200 value. When you hit the enter key, this January dot will go somewhere here, and you will get the chart like this. Okay, you will get the graph like this. So simply see that one. See, it got shifted from here to here. So your chart values, they are changing dynamically. Okay, your chart lines, they are changing dynamically. When you are changing the values, they are changing dynamically. Simply it will come down like this. Change something over here. Make it as 2, okay, here 1 now. Make it as 200 once again. So like this, it will go up from here to here. So like this, they will change dynamically. Hope you understood this one. So then changing the chart. So simply instead of lines, I want bar graphs. So how I can select the chart, because we want now we are doing the modification inside the chart. So select the chart, then go to the design tab. So you have to remember these steps. Okay, so I suggest you to take down the notes. Whatever steps I'm narrating over here, you simply take down the notes so that you will remember forever. Anyhow, after completion of this course, I will provide the complete notes soft copy. Whatever concepts we are discussing over here, the complete notes soft copy I will provide you, so that you can remember these concepts forever. If you verify that notes, you will remember these concepts forever. I will do that after the completion of this course, because if I give right away means you don't do anything. Okay, you will not follow my videos, you will not do the practice. So that is the reason why I am holding the notes with me, and once I complete this course, for your reference in the future, I will circulate that notes. Okay, so hopefully you understand, you will understand this situation. So quickly we'll continue with the concept. So select the chart in order to do the change in the chart. Okay, change in the chart type, select the chart, go to design tab. Here we have the tabs, so go to design tab, then go to change chart. Here change chart type, as you can see here we have change chart type. So in this same chart also you can do many changes. See this chart, if you don't like, you can select like this. See how nicely it is representing. Okay, how nicely it is representing. You can do like this also. Fruit production land. Okay, it is showing like this. So like this also you can represent. Okay, yeah, here we have different patterns. Any of the pattern you can select, like this or like this or like this. Anything you want you can select. So by default we got this, right? Initially we got this one. So we'll go with this one. So select the chart, change chart type, go to the design tab, then select change chart type, and now from line to vertical bars I want. So go to columns, column chart. So this column, this chart will represent column chart. So any of these things you can select. Any of these things you can select. Now I'm selecting this one, this first one. So click on OK. So automatically it will change. Now the values, now the chart is representing the same values. So January month, orange, grapes, this much production. Oranges, this much production. And bananas, this much production. So use the bar charts whenever you are doing the comparison between your column values. Okay, between your column values. So if you want to do the comparison between grapes, oranges and banana productions, go with bar graphs, because it is very easy. As you can see, column graphs, it is very easy. See, bananas production, sorry, grapes production, it is very low. Oranges, it is very high in the month of January, and bananas, it is average, we can say. Likewise, we have the production values. Likewise, we have the production value. So whenever you want to do the comparison between the column values, go with bar graphs. Okay, go with column graphs, we can say. So this is how we are doing. So let us suppose switching the columns. Yeah, if you want to switch these columns, so simply go to switch column, as you can see. Okay, previously months are over here, and grapes are, the column values are over here. So suppose if you want to shift these and this, in place of column values, if you want to put row values, and in place of row values, if you want to put column values, switch rows and columns. So simply what will happen, because these are my rows and these are my columns. Okay, grapes, oranges, bananas are my columns. Right now I have the legend. We call this down thing as legend. You have to remember. Okay, my legend is on columns and my actual values are on rows. So if you want to shift these things, Okay, if you want to shift between columns and rows, so simply what you have to do, you have to convert the legend into months, and you have to convert the values into what we call column names. Okay, values into columns and legend into months. How we can do that one? Simply use this shift column. See, now you can see over here, we got the legend in months and we got the column values over here. Only 3 column values: grapes, oranges and bananas. And every month, how the grape production, it has simply grown. Okay, how the oranges production, we have seen a downfall in the production. And bananas, they are standing average. So likewise, so do the switch between rows and columns, you will get like this once again. Okay, every month the comparison between the productions, comparison of grapes, oranges and banana productions, it is showing. And if you do like this, overall grape production, how it was, like it is, likewise it is showing. So you can not only this one, you can change the style of every chart. Simply select this one. See how nicely it is showing. How nicely it is showing. So likewise you can do. Okay, hopefully you understood this one. Switching, yeah, what are all the things we discussed so far? Yeah, creating charts we discussed, changing chart type we discussed, switching between rows and columns, that also we discussed. Then legend position, we have to discuss about this. Legend positioning, how we can change the legend position, it is very simple. See here, when you select the chart, you are getting this plus symbol. You are getting this plus symbol. So click on that plus. Okay, you will get these things. So simply I will drag this to a little bit over here so that you will not get confused. Control Z and drag it like this. Okay, drag it more. Yeah, now it is covering the whole screen. So click on this plus. So like this you will get. So changing the legend position, we want to change this legend position. Here we have the legend. So suppose if I want this legend left side to the graph, or right side to the graph, or top to the graph, how we can do means, go to this legend, come to this legend, and you can see this small triangle over here. Small triangle. Click on this triangle, then you will get like this. So right now the legend is at bottom. So that's why bottom is highlighted over there. Right now the legend is at the bottom, so bottom was highlighted. So if you want the legend at the left side, so select left side. So left side it will come. So as you can see, left side to the what we call chart, the legend is coming. If you want on top, the legend on top, simply select top. The legend is on top now. If you want right side the legend, select right side like this. Like this you can change the position of this legend. We call this as legend. Okay, we call this as legend. So simply go to legend and select, click on this triangle and change the position. Left, top, right, bottom, likewise. So I want right, so I'm keeping it right. So like this. So hopefully you understood this one. Okay, then I hope this was the last thing. Yeah, data labels, how we can change the labels. Okay, this data labels is also one of the important feature, so that also we will do. So over here we are representing the data. So these data labels, how we can do means, simply select this chart once again, go to this plus symbol, and here you can see data labels. Enable this one. Okay, data labels, enable this one. So now without data labels you are not getting any values. As you can see how much this bar is representing, that value you are not getting. So in order to make your chart more attractive, you can include the data labels as well. So how much this value, how much this value, it will give that value count on top of every bar, on top of every bar. So how we can do that means, simply select the chart, click on this plus symbol. Okay, then go to data labels. Here you can see data labels, enable this one. Simply click on this one so that you will get data values on top of every bar, on top of every bar. So this is how we can put data labels inside the chart. So shifting the legend position we have seen, and keeping data labels, that also we have seen. These are some of the important stuff when you are creating the chart. These things are some of the important stuff. It doesn't mean that only these many things you can do. You can do a lot many things. You can do a lot many things. Just run your creativity and try to create a nice chart for me. Okay, definitely I am going to put this thing in your assignment, and run your creativity. Check out all the options. I have shown only very few options to you. Because there is a time limitation. If I want to explain the complete concepts, means this semester is not enough. Okay, because we have the time constraint, because we have the time limitation, that is the reason why I am selecting only few of the important concepts. Okay, few of the important concepts, just to give an idea, just to give an exploration idea, we can say, so that you can do many things by your own. Simply take a piece of data, create a chart, and run your creativity. Try to make changes in that chart, as I have shown in this class, in this session. Okay, this is something about charts. Okay, then we have column charts. How we can create column charts, I mean, we have discussed already. So the creation of column charts, I will show you. Just go to my Excel document. So over here, charts we have completed. Now we are in column charts. I'm taking the same data. Okay, just I'm recentering the entire data. So I will make it zoom so that you can see clearly. So now this data I want to represent with the help of a column chart. Supposed, because column chart we have already seen that converting that line chart to column chart already we have seen. So column chart, when we have to use, whenever you want to do the comparison between the columns. So this grapes production and orange production, if you want to do the comparison between those two, simply go for column charts, because they will give a nice representation in comparison in column values. Okay, so based on the type of requirement, we have the charts. We have charts in Excel. So when we have to go for column charts, means whenever you want to do the comparison between the columns. Whenever you want to do the comparison between the columns, suppose grapes production and orange production. Okay, in January month, how much the grape production and how much the orange production. If you want to do such type of comparison, go for column charts. So suppose if I don't want to, I have this much of data, oranges, grapes and bananas, but I want to draw a chart only for oranges and bananas. I don't want grapes in my chart. I don't want grapes in my chart. So what I have to do, select only those. First you select the months, then press and hold the control key. This is very, very important. So whenever you want to skip one particular column from your consideration, because if I drag like this, it will consider all the columns. If you drag in one shot, it will select all the columns. So what we have to do, we have to drag in two shots so that I can ignore this grapes column. So that I can ignore this grapes column. How I can, means simply go to months, select all months. Okay, from A1 to A8, select all months, then press and hold the control key. Press and hold the control key, then come to oranges and drag like this. So now this grapes column, it got what we call omitted from my selection. Okay, it got omitted from my selection. So now go to Insert tab, charts. In that, this is my line chart and this is my column chart. So I'm drawing column chart. So go to column charts and select any of the nice columns. So like this. So now as you can see, it is representing only the grapes and oranges and bananas. It is not representing, it is not showing the grapes bar over here. It is not showing any bar for grapes. It is showing only oranges and bananas. Hopefully you understood this one. Yeah, here also again you change the title, chart title, and make it as fruit production. Okay, as we are oranges and bananas, we are doing only these two, oranges and bananas. Okay, we have not shown any grapes. So this is how you can get the column chart. This is how you can draw the column chart, and rest of the things, changing the style you can change. Okay, changing the complete chart, that also you can do. And if you want to include labels, that also you can include. Okay, not table, data labels, that you can do. Okay, if you want to shift this legend from here to top, you can shift. Simply click on this triangle, go to legend. Okay, how we can select the chart, select the chart, go to this plus symbol, then legend, select this triangle, and top. Like this, you can shift the legend on top. All these changes you can do. Hopefully you understood this one about column charts. Then quickly we go to the line charts. Okay, click on this line charts. So same data we have, this much of data we have, so make it center, complete data, make it center. Then what we have to do, select the data before you draw the line chart, then go to here. Already we did all this one as well. Go to insert tab, then click on this line charts and select any of this line chart. So like this we can draw the line chart. So once the line chart is drawn, yeah, we can do some of the customization. I just want to show some of the customization to this what we call line chart. So first you change the title, as it is showing fruit production. So fruit production. So suppose after drawing the graph, okay, previously I have shown how you can omit a particular column from your chart. So simply you have to press and hold the control key and you have to select the rest of the things so that a particular column gets omitted from your selection. But once you have drawn the chart and right now you want to omit, you want to remove, let us say it's the same column, grapes line from this one. Already the chart is drawn and you don't want these grapes. So now there comes the concept of customization, customizing your chart. So for that to do, select the chart. First of all, you have to select the chart because we are doing the modifications inside the chart, not in the data. So select the chart, go to the design tab. Here we have many tabs. So in that you have to go to the design tab. So inside this design tab, yeah, you have to click on this select data. Okay, select data, click on this one. And as I said, I don't want these grapes. I don't want these grapes, so remove these grapes and click on OK. So now you can see only oranges as well as bananas. The grapes, they got removed from your selection. I don't think you're able to see this one, so I'm zooming it a bit. So now, so as you can see, the chart, it is having only two things. The first thing is the oranges and the second thing is the bananas. So just now we removed grapes. So if you want to add grapes, once again, select the chart, select data, click on grapes, OK. So grapes line, it is also got added into your line chart. So if you want to, remove bananas and oranges from your chart, select the chart, go to select data, remove oranges and bananas, click on OK. So like this you can. If you don't want the March and April data, you want only January, February, May, June, July. You don't want March and April. So again, what you have to do, select the chart, go to select data. Yeah, simply remove March and April because we don't want these two, March and April. So click on OK. So like this, see, here it is showing now only January, February, May, June, July. It is not showing March and April. So like that you can customize your chart, line chart. So let us say if you want to do some modifications, if you want to do some modifications to this line, so how we can do that means select the chart, right click, or okay, select the line, okay, select the line, right click, format data series, click on format data series. Now here you can change the color for your line. So like this you can select any of the color. So right now it is blue. Now I want some green, so green color line, as you can see. So many things you can change over here, okay, thickness and these dots, everything you can change. I have shown the idea, I have given the idea to you. So gradient line, like this you will get, okay. Automatic means it will select automatic. So solid line, solidly. If you don't want any line, simply if you want dots, so click on no line. So like this, okay. So like this you can. So markers, yeah, these markers, these things in which color you want. So as we have green, select them, make them as green. So like this you can do many changes. Transparency, if you make the line, if you want to make the line more transparent, you can do it like this. Okay, hopefully you understood all these modifications you do from this format data series. How we can reach over here means simply select the line and right click format data series. Okay, so data point, because data point got selected, so it is giving data point thing. So select the line, right click, format data series. So over here you can format the this line option, in which color you want this line, all those things you can change. Hopefully you understood. So the next thing is yeah, that's it about this line charts. And the next thing what we have is the pie charts. Okay, so this is the last concept that we are going to discuss in today's session, and rest of the things we will see in our upcoming session. Okay, pie charts. So click on this pie charts, then this is the data I have. So make it center, make it somewhat zoom so that you can see. Okay, so this is the data, and I want to draw a pie diagram. See, pie chart generally we can do only for a particular row. We can't do for multiple rows. Whenever you are drawing a pie chart, so simply remember that only to a row we can do, only to a record we can do. We can't do for multiple records. We can't do for multiple rows. The reason is very simple, because whenever we are drawing a pie chart, we are doing to 100%, isn't it? We are doing it to 100%. So whatever production values we have over here, this entire thing, if you consider it as 100%, how much is 56? How much is 150? How much is 80? Like that we will show. In the month of January, whatever production we have, in that production, how much is the grapes production, how much is the orange production, and how much is the bananas production. In terms of percentage we will show. So percentage means out of 100, isn't it? Percentage means out of 100. To show that one, we go for pie charts. And pie charts, as I said, we can do only for a single row. We can't do it for a multiple rows. So as you can see, column charts we have completed, line charts we have completed. Line charts are used to display the trends over a time. So isn't it? So over the time, how the values are changing, to show that the line charts are the best ones. Okay, line charts are the best ones. And customizing the line charts, this also we have seen. Then pie charts, when we have to do the pie charts, means pie charts are used to display the contribution of each value. Out of 100, how much the grapes production is contributing, how much the bananas production is contributing, and how much the oranges production is contributing. So simply, in order to show the percentage in terms of production, we go for these pie charts. Hopefully you understood. So we will get slices over there. Soon you will understand everything, how we can draw a pie chart and how we can make it a nice pie chart. That also I will show you. Pie charts always use one data series. So every row we call it as a data series. Okay, in your representation, every row we call it as a data series, and we can apply the pie chart to only one data series. We cannot apply the pie chart to multiple data series. Hopefully you understood. So quickly we go and we see how we can draw a pie chart. Okay, so I'm shifting to Microsoft Excel. So this is my Excel data. So as I have to apply only to a particular row, so what I'm doing, select that single row. Along with the labels, select that single row. So after selecting this single row, what I have to do, I have to draw the pie chart. How we can draw? Go to Insert, Charts Group. Here we have this chart, pie chart. So this is column chart, this is line chart, and this is your pie chart. So click on this pie chart and select any of, okay, like this. So yeah, this pie chart, it is showing out of 100 in the month of January. So for every month you have to draw a pie chart separately. If you want to represent this entire data, complete data, with the help of pie charts, so you can't represent only with the help of a single pie chart. What you have to do, you have to draw multiple pie charts. You have to draw multiple pie charts, and one pie chart for each month you have to draw. One pie chart for each data series you have to draw. So this data, this chart, this pie chart, it will represent only the January month data. Only the January month data. In January month, out of 100, how much, out of 100%, how much percentage the bananas production has been done, how much percentage the grapes production has been done, and how much percentage the oranges production has been done. Simply to show that one, we use pie charts. Hope you understood the difference between line, column and pie charts. Okay, we have many more charts. As we advance in this particular course, you will come to know all those things. Hopefully in my next session I will take more examples of these charts. Okay, so this pie chart, yeah, quickly, the legend is here, the title is here, and this entire thing is my chart. So let's quickly make it more realistic. You can change the label also. Instead of simply January, you can make the label as, okay, this is fruit production in the month or in January. In January. Likewise, you can change the title, fruit production in January. Simply drag it like this, so to have a nice look to your data, to your representation. Like this you can. Okay, so the next thing, how we can make this pie chart more realistic. Okay, pie chart more realistic in the sense, see here you can select this pie diagram, your pie chart, and if you want to show only the banana production highlighted, so you can, yeah, this is bananas, right? Yeah, this is grapes, only the grapes production highlighted. You can drag it like this. See, like this you can drag it, so it will come like this, come out like this. It is just like a slice. If this entire thing is a pizza, it is something like a pizza slice. We are showing it out. Okay, to put the observer's attention on that, we are simply dragging it out, so that simply the observer will understand that you are trying to show this particular part only. He has to put the attention on this particular part only. So likewise, so put it back and you can drag this as well, like this. Okay, this bananas production like this. Put it back and you can even drag this one from the center like this. Hopefully you understood this one. So quickly we go and we do some more changes to this. Okay, put it back. Okay, and in order to do more changes, what we can do, yeah, click on this plus and you can add the data labels. So like this it will show the data labels. Simply yeah, delete this legend. If you want to delete this legend, select this legend and click on delete button, delete key. You will be having delete key on your keyboard, so click on that, select that delete key so that the legend gets deleted. Legend get deleted, or from here also you can remove the legend. Yeah, legend and no legend likewise. Okay, so that is one thing. And the other thing, if you want a different coloring option for your what we call pie chart, go here. Sorry. Yeah, as it is giving this side, you may get confused, so I will drag it to this side and click on this color option. Colors, yeah, you can use these colors, whatever colors you want you can select. I've selected this one, so like this, so it is not giving much difference, right? So I will select this one, so like this you can select any of the colors. Okay, so this is one thing, changing the colors, this is one thing. And the other one, format, right click on the pie chart and format data labels. So here values you can put, category names also you can add. Okay, then percentages you can add, how much percentages, values you remove, and percentages you can put. So legend keys also you can put or you can remove. So all these things you just check, and all these things they have to be come inside or center. So like this you can take, see how nicely it is showing when you are saying center, how nicely it has changed. Hopefully you understood all these things. So this is something about pie charts. So you can even drag like this also, you can even drag like this, okay? Just to have the attention of your observer, you can drag, you can pull it out, and you can keep like this. Okay, so that the observer will understand that you want to show this particular thing only to him. Okay, you don't want him to see all these things, you just want him to see this particular thing. You want to gain the observer's attention on this particular part. So like this you can show it. Okay, so hopefully you understood all these things. In our next session we'll continue with this charts concept only, and I will show you some more examples on these charts and some more types of charts we will see in our upcoming session. So here I am ending this concept, but as I said, I have to show you how you can upload a document to your attendance form. So for that, to get I just open that link, WhatsApp link, the form link, attendance form link, so as to show you. Okay, anyhow it is not opening, so I will go to my stuff. So it is there in Drive. So I will open today's form. Sorry, my net is a bit down, so copy this one and then done. Copied the link, done. So next come over here and put that link and hit enter key. So this is your form, this is how it will open. So here it is having your student name, you have to give your name here. Then here it is asking you to enter the email ID, sorry, your email. Just put your email over here, full email over here. Then you just select, okay, I have to show like this, right? So after keeping your name, your email address, then you have to select your branch. Okay, if you are of CSC, simply select that branch. Then answer all these queries, whatever it is asking you. Answer all these queries. Like after answering all the queries, yeah, your case study part, it is asking you to upload a file, add file. So try to make the file of Excel only. Many of you are simply taking the images, taking the screenshots and uploading, taking the images and uploading. Don't do that one. I will not accept. I mean, if you have done previously, again go to that link, because the links are still open. You can go to that link and you can upload the actual Excel file what you have practiced. So what I have to do, so my Excel file where I have done all these practice, it is on, I will close this one. So it is on my desktop. As you can see, this is my Bridge Course case study. This is my file. So this is my file, Bridge Course case study. As you can see, it is an Excel file, So if you go to properties and if you check the file type, it is showing it as .xlsx, because my Excel is an advanced version. It is 2019 version. So that's why it is showing .xlsx. So you have to prepare an Excel file. Don't take the snaps, don't take the screenshots, don't take the images. I want the Excel file, because what features you have applied, what formatting rules you have applied, I need to check, isn't it? If you send me the image, I cannot check all those things. So the formulas, the formatting rules, in order to check, you have to send me the Excel file. So then only I can able to assess you. I can able to do the assessment. I can able to award the marks. Okay, many students, they are also asking that why this form is giving marks only to these points and it is not giving the marks to these 5 points. See, these 5 points I have to award. These things the computer will do automatically because these answers are automated. We have kept the answers already in the computer, already in the server. That's why it is showing only these answers and it is not showing this answer, because this thing I have to verify whether you have done it properly or not. The computer will not verify that one. I have to verify that one and I have to award those marks. So once I do this assessment, once I check your document, then only I can award the marks. And many students, they are simply watching the video and they are not doing the assignment. And I suggest you, whatever medium you have, whatever platform you have, whether you have a smartphone, Android, to what level you can do. I mean, many of the features you cannot do in that Android Excel app, but to what level you can do it and upload, so that I can give the attendance to you, so that I can do the assessment for you. Okay, many of the features, they will work in Android as well, and try to try to complete the assignments on time. And as this is the first experience to you people, we are not forcing much. But when it comes to the actual classes, but when it comes to the actual assignment submission, definitely it will have a big impact. Late submission means late submission. That's it. Definitely you have less score. So here, as it is your first experience with all these things, so we are not pushing you much. But once the academics will start now, definitely you have to submit everything on time. Hope you understood. So simply what you have to do, after answering all these questions, question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, then you have to come over here, and before submitting this, you have to click on this add file. Click on that add file, and it is asking you to upload My Drive previously selected. So be on this upload. Be on this upload and select files from your device. Click on this, select files from your device. So when you click on this, it will open this for you. So simply go to, because my document is on desktop, so click on desktop and go to that Bridge Course case study. Bridge Course case study. Select the document and click on open. So that file will be uploaded automatically. Okay, when you click on that open, that file will come over here, and then select that file and click on upload. Upload. The file gets uploaded, as you can see over here. The file gets uploaded and you can see the name over here. This file I have uploaded to my attendance form. To my attendance form. Once you have done all these things, click on this submit button. Click on this submit button. So students, don't upload the images or don't upload the screenshots, because it is useless. You will not get any marks for that one. I suggest you to upload the Excel document only. Then only we will consider it as an assignment submission. Because if you upload the image, I can't judge you people whether you have applied the proper formulae, whether you have applied the proper customization rules or not, formatting rules or not. I cannot judge all those things simply by seeing that image. So when I can judge, when you send me the Excel file, then only I can see what formulas you have applied, what formatting rules you have applied, so that I can judge you people. Hopefully you understood the importance of uploading the Excel document to the attendance sheet and the importance of the scores over here. Okay, if you have not done, once again I am giving you time. Go back to my previous video, open my channel, subscribe my channel, go back to the previous videos, and hopefully I will put all attendance links inside the video description as well, so that it will remain over there forever. Okay, so hopefully I will do that by tomorrow. So till that time, you can go to the group and you can check the attendance links. You can open that attendance links, and already if you have submitted the attendance, already you have submitted the image, once again upload your Excel document and submit it. Hopefully you understood. So quickly with this explanation, I will wind up, I will conclude today's session. In tomorrow's session, we'll continue, hopefully. Thank you very much, students.